Daredevil, Born Again Season 2 has just delivered one of the saddest deaths in the Marvel Cinematic Universe series and the franchise as a whole, and it will undoubtedly impact the show for the worse. From the get-go, Marvel's new iteration of Charlie Cox's Daredevil franchise showed it was not afraid of getting bloody. That was depicted with a major death in the series premiere. Of course, that death was Foggy Nelson's, with Eldon Henson's fan-favorite character, who was the heart of Netflix's Daredevil, being murdered by Wilson Bethel's Bullseye in cold blood. To this day, Foggy's death stands as one of the most tragic moments in the Marvel Studios timeline. Daredevil, Born Again Season 2 is not taking it any easier, with multiple major characters biting the bullet. First, Vanessa Fisk was added to Bullseye's list of victims. That death was quite surprising due to how it seemed like Kingpin had stopped Bullseye from killing her, only for a large shard of glass to hit Vanessa on the side of her head. Then, the character woke up in the hospital, only for Vanessa to collapse after talking to Fisk and die, as he could do nothing to save her. Now, Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Episode 7, has made another victim 1 week before the finale. This time, the show's major death was that of Michael Gandolfini's Daniel Blake. While he was initially going to turn in BB Urich, which would mean she would have died on Buck's hands, Daniel had a change of heart. Sadly, that meant that confronting Buck with nothing to show for it led to Fisk's hitman shooting Daniel in the head. Daniel's death takes away one of Daredevil, Born Again's best storylines. Image via Disney+. Daniel went on one of the best journeys across Daredevil, Born Again's 2 seasons. At the start of the MCU TV show, he had a spark in his eye and wanted to prove himself to Mayor Fisk. Then, Daniel grew to become one of Kingpin's most trusted allies, fully backing him. However, Season 2 saw cracks form, and Daniel became conflicted, eventually flipping in the end to save BB. Daniel's death takes away the conflicted character on Fisk's side of the story. At this point, most players on the villain's corner of the show are either fully backing him or pretending to do so, and are scared of what Fisk could do. Daniel sat right in the middle of that equation, so his death prevents a number of interesting storylines. For instance, had he survived, BB could have worked out a way to get Daniel to serve as a mole inside Kingpin's camp, helping Daredevil. Now, Daniel is dead, and any path towards a full-on redemption, like the MCU series is doing for the darker character Bullseye this season, is off the table. On the one hand, Daniel's death is fitting, as he let the allure of the dark side corrupt him and knew Fisk was not a good man. However, it is all just so tragic, and Gandolfini was delivering electric performances every week. Daredevil, Born Again Season 2 firmly proves the MCU series does not shy away from major deaths. Daredevil, Born Again Season 2 confirms that the show will kill major characters if it feels that is right for the story. Sure, Foggy died in Season 1, but that was an original concept that had to be kept after the Marvel series underwent a creative overhaul due to how integral it was to the material that had already been shot. In other words, new showrunner Dario Scardapane had to work with Foggy's death and not change it. In Season 2, Scardapane had full creative control, and he still went forward with major deaths like Vanessa, who was integral to the original Netflix series, and Daniel, a major player in Born Again. This opens the door for several surprising deaths to happen in the finale, the already confirmed Season 3, and more. No character is truly safe in Daredevil, Born Again, and that comes with good and bad elements, like in Daniel's case.